Well, hello and welcome back to Crazy Town. Hope you're doing well. I was glad I didn't have many students today. I've raced home. Christine just asked, hello, is she up to some sort of shenanigans again? You could say that. We've got 2 Instagram lives to look at. I mean, in one of them, she implied that Llama Girl and Steve McRae are an item. So, which I asked Llama Girl, what was Steve going to give her for Valentine's Day? What was she expecting? I mean, the fact that they're in 2 different time zones on 2 different continents, that I guess doesn't mean anything. So that's why I said if KJ says it, it must be true. CC Suez has apparently, she did a live stream where she talked about her as well. So she has gone right off the edge. I thought before we get into the live streams, the lives, let's look at her Instagram. And I also believe that Down the Rabbit Hole's closed her page because of it all. And that's really sad to hear. Nobody should be bullied off the platform. And Katie's gone really hard at her the last few days. I mean, when a bigger platform calls out a smaller platform, I mean, it could be perceived as bullying. It's a power imbalance. 3,000 people as opposed to 300,000, you've already got a power imbalance there. So we know bullying is about power. And so we can look at all of that. But this is what was on her Instagram 8 hours ago. So apparently we've pulled out the sick child card. The other thing to note is that these are in their stories. These aren't actually on any of her pages. This is all kept off. You actually have to look in her Instagram stories for this, which I find to be fascinating. So, anyone else been up helping your kiddo with a runny nose? I helped my son blow his nose 4 times during the night, middle of the night. Mama's ears. Do those ever go away? Exposing my secret lonely struggle, why I'm speaking up for somebody who can't defend themselves. This was a video she did about, she told her story in her own words. I don't know what that means. Christine says, isn't he almost 12? Yes, he is almost 12. Then she says, I have a mod call. I have a mod call, apparently, from September with Steve and several other creators are in a moderator call planning to file a retaliation restraining order against Sharla after he had one granted against him. Our lawyers need to take her Wi-Fi away, in my opinion. Remember, this is all my opinion. This is not my opinion. This is my opinion. I mean, there's lots of other things I'd rather be talking about today, like the fact that Barnaby's Barnaby's resting place from his drunken episode the other day. Oh yes, so this is one of her lives. Not today, Satan. You ain't gaslight me about who is being victimized. So is she saying that people are Satan? Oh, that's in her reels. Okay, I don't want to have to. Oh, we may as well watch it from here then.
I just have a quick update. I'm not going to be on very long, and I'm going to have my comments turned off.
19 minutes 12. She's going to have her comments turned off.
Just because I'm coming on here really quick.
She turned her comments off, people.
Yesterday, I uploaded a video onto my YouTube channel. I need to correct something.
Yeah, that's all right. And then there was something else there. She misnamed somebody, but yes, she accused somebody else of doing it. So yeah, we'll get to that. If her lawyers take away your Wi-Fi, she can. That's true. Please. Oh no! Please tell your audience that you attempted to use your RN license to obtain Sharla McIver's protected mental health records in violation of HIPAA laws. What on earth? No way. I must say you were the first channel I subscribed to. I enjoyed it also down the road, but since she's closing down because of your drama and you are always drama-filled, I cannot support you. Sometimes you think everyone else is after you. You may need to look at yourself. I've heard you say some very nasty things about others. I know this means nothing to you, just speaking my mind. And she says, I won't be gaslit by you. Rabbit is closing her channel because she committed fraud. Sorry, I won't be gatless, and I'm paranoid when it is factual that they have all conspired to do this for the benefit and honour of one man. That's a fact. A fact? What man? They allowed their confirmation bias about their hatred of me bypass their own instincts and ignore his massive red flags and lack of evidence. Katie called me more dangerous than a man in prison and called on everyone to take me down. Really? There is some very serious allegations in these. I hope she's prepared to show all the angry, I never said to delete your channel. I said stop talking about me. You decided talking about me was more important than your channel, not me. I'm allowed to talk for you, Katie. You're supposed to be a famous journalist, and a journalist has to be able to, and here's the. I'm going to just take this off this overlay. Have a look at this picture, right? It says down the rabbit hole. Where is Katie Joy in that picture, in that thing? There's I can see there's Christine Brown. I can see there's Robin. There's Cody. Is that Prince? Not Prince. There's no way she's Princess Meghan Markle. The Chrisleys. Oh, yeah. Hello. Oh, hello, everyone that's coming. There's so many people watching. I'm sorry if I haven't called you out. Katie admits to contacting Sharla's therapist to try and obtain medical records. No. I thought they said she checked to see. I thought it said, let's have a look. To be clear, I sent Cheshire 2 examples of emails I've received. One from a lawyer. Oops. Of course, it disappeared, right? But I thought that she checked to see whether or not she was a patient. That's a bit different to getting a medical record. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Hank. Hi, Maria, 28. Sarcasm for fun. Autistic Shill. I think I call you Autistic Shill sometimes. I don't know. Sarah. It's sad. As I said, nobody should have to close their channel. And for Nikki's sake, I just want to let you know, Nikki, I didn't wear a dress today to school. I wore pants, so I couldn't flash anybody. Plus, yesterday we had really hot weather, like it was around 100 degrees, over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, or like 37, 38. Then a cool change came in, and she keeps calling me Joan. I should just change my channel name and then a storm came in, and with a wind, and then it was really vicious. There were golf ball size hailstorms, stones, knocked out a power station, and so 500,000 people in my state are without power, but I've managed to keep it. And then today's cold, so I couldn't flash anybody today. Oh, that was so embarrassing. Anyway, so hello, Without a Lawyer, good to see you. I'm going to speed up her voice. Can't tag them on my phone. Okay, yeah, just show Joan some support. I know. I had an aunt, one of my aunties we used to call Joan. It was her middle name. All right, here we go. You ready? I would suggest you all get a pillow so that you've got something to punch. So I'll give you a few more minutes. Give you a few minutes to go grab a pillow or a boxing bag or boxing gloves, because I think I haven't seen it, so I'm about to watch this the same as you. We're going to watch this together. What I've seen parts of it, if you're somebody that's likely to get really fired up, I would recommend a pillow. Okay, and this is currently sitting as a private. I downloaded it, I uploaded it to YouTube, so it's on my YouTube channel, but it's actually unlisted. Damn it. Oh, I had to confess to my boss what I did. I said, look, I better tell you just in case so you don't hear it. Everyone, look, I've given people laugh, and as I say, if you can make someone laugh, it was just all the prep's reaction. Like, you got it, it's, oh, we saw your undies. That's what it was like. Anyway, yeah. So as I said, I've got both videos as well. So if we're once all right, so I think we're ready to go. Get rid of my mug. I just also like to say there was lots more I wanted to talk about. I could be talking about, so I might come on later and talk about better stuff. But there's a lady that's gone missing in my state. They're now saying it's now suspicious. It's started out missing person. I think they've called homicide in. I think now they're just looking for a body now, sadly. The Bruce Lerman defamation trial is taking a bit of a turn because today the Channel 10, the media, the Channel 10, the TV channel, and their journalist, Lisa Wilkinson, are having a debate over who's going to pay legal fees. As a general rule, the company would generally pay everyone's legal fees, but she didn't like the lawyer they put on, so she got her own lawyer. So that's currently in court. And Barnaby Joyce's resting spot from his fall has actually made it onto, has got reviews. It's okay for KJ to talk about everyone else, but when people talk about her, it's not okay. If you can't take the heat, then get out the kitchen. Just horrible and completely sad. And the update with Barnaby Joyce is that it's been recommended he takes some time off. And today, it was seen that they were actually removing the chalk mark from where he fell. So for those of you that haven't, I'd rather watch this with you. You make me laugh. Oh, thank you. Oh, Mummy's got 2 pillows. Nikki's got her pillow. Everyone's got their pillow. Okay, well, if we all got our pillows, we'll get going. The other thing is that I have sped up her voice, and I'll speed it up again if we need to. And we've got 2 videos to watch, by the way. She did 2.
I just have a quick.
Her idea of quick is let me know what time I want to be in that live. Yeah, okay, I'll do that later. I'll after I've recovered from this one. Yeah, that apparently there's a photo of workmen cleaning the lines off the cement. But somebody TripAdvisor, I think. It's got a resting it's called, got a photo of it. What's it called? It was Barnaby's resting place has got reviews on it. It's called Barnaby's Bench. And it's got 5-star review, by the way. You can go visit Barnaby's Bench. KJ thinks she's God telling Rabbit what she can and cannot do. Yeah, as I said. I think I'm fairly okay, I think, from KJ. I mean, the government's trying to put in, and I want to talk about the new laws that they want to bring in too in Australia, the anti-doxing laws, because they're taking it rather seriously at the moment. And there's been some data breaches, so they want to absolutely crack down on that. So we're about to have a big discussion on doxing. So bring it on is what I say. Yeah, I live for this. This is like, anyway. No, I don't. Just like a nice, quiet life. Oh, sarcasm for fun's got a punching bag. Great. So whatever you've got, all right. I'm about to hit play. All right. I'm going to do this as a countdown. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Hi, friends. I just have a quick.
Friends? Friends?
Hi, friends. I just have a quick update. I'm not going to be on very long, and I'm going to have my comments turned off just because I'm coming.
Just because I don't want you to have to, I don't want to be accountable for what I'm about to say.
I have a quick update. I'm not going to.
Quick is 19 minutes. See if we can make it 5. Hello, Shagel. I can't pronounce it. Shagel Lover? Friends? Who are you calling friends?
Update. I'm not going to be on very long, and I'm going to have my comments turned off just because I'm coming on here really quick. Yesterday, I uploaded a video onto my YouTube channel, and I, for the very first time on my channel, expressed what's been happening to me for years on this.
She's been expressing, I mean, for the very first time, she talked about what's been happening to her. Really? We all know what's been happening about it. We've watched it. We've watched it play out.
Yesterday, I uploaded a video onto my YouTube channel, and I, for the very first time on my channel, expressed what's been.
I'm glad she said on her channel, but remember, she did have that other Katie Joy Live, which we all heard about.
Happening to me for years on this platform of Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, related to a group of creators. And how this group of creators has been targeting and harassing various people on the platform, breaking and violating the terms of service of YouTube's platform.
How breaking and violating the terms of service? Hello. Actually, I need to check something. I want to look up something. I want to see. I don't think pets like her either. Says sarcasm for fun.
And recently, their harassment of a private person that's not a creator has resulted in the legitimate filing of at least 4 restraining orders. Restraining orders are currently in place for Steve McRae, a permanent one. There are temporary restraining orders against Aaron Costello, who goes by EKC People Suck, and Brittany Nicole Hansen, who goes by Beta Snow. Their restraining orders will have a trial on February 26th for it to move from a temporary restraining order to a permanent restraining order. According to the people that I've talked to, they are having multiple witnesses come forward, and there has been significant amounts of evidence to.
Right. So I believe that Chesh and Manya are going as witnesses, and they have a GoFundMe to raise money to go to the trial. But those that are going for the trial are those that are going as other witnesses or having to go there. Apparently, that's bad.
February 26th for it to move from a temporary restraining order to a permanent restraining order. According to the people that I've talked to, they are having multiple witnesses come.
Okay, so who are the people? Because if she's saying that this one person is taking the restraining order out against these others, right? Who are the people? People. Have a listen. She says people. Now.
Who goes by EKC People Suck, and Brittany Nicole Hansen, who goes by Veda Snow. Their restraining orders will have a trial on February 26th for it to move from a temporary restraining order to a permanent restraining order.
And why is she taking up this woman's case? For somebody that wasn't supposed to have anything, not to know anything about somebody and not to have any knowledge of it. She knows an awful lot about it, and now she's an IBLP survivor or something. So it's really, really bizarre. There's something going on. I can't pick it.
According to the people that I've talked to, they are having multiple witnesses come forward, and there has been significant amounts of evidence to prove that this harassment has been taking place.
Unless she's counting Chesh and Manya in the people, but they're there because sarcasm for fun. In my opinion, she doesn't know anything but lies and being a victim, and Lazy Wolf says because she's lying. So I don't know. I don't know anything about who's got what, anything. I couldn't tell you whether it's true or not. I really what. I thought the one from Vader was thrown out. Oh no, that was the one from Vader. Oh, I don't know. I can't. I'm confused. As usual, she's making all this about her. Exactly, Christine.
I have received a copy of a moderator call that happened on September.
And here's the other thing. Why is she getting alleged evidence? Why is it going to her? Why? She's saying, I have got a copy. What on earth is she doing? Is she going to be acting as this woman's attorney? I'm just saying. Remember, it's an offence to act like an attorney.
Significant amounts of evidence to prove.
Listen to this. She says, I have got. Why is she getting evidence that is supposed to be filed? Listen.
That this harassment has been taking place. I have received a copy of a moderator call that happened on September 23rd, 2023, which proves a conspiracy was in place by these creators to harass and intimidate Charlotte MacGyver.
She keeps saying MacGyver. But my point is, why does she have the proof? Why isn't the proof with the lawyers? And you believe this will work out for the group, Nikki? Good. Because if it's evidence that's supposed to be in court, it shouldn't. I don't believe it should be broadcast all over the place.
Today, I am seeing and witnessing people within this group attempt to gaslight and deflect the reality of the situation and put this on me. And I am not going to be gaslit anymore. And everyone's trying to put it onto her. So if Cheshire says such and such has happened, doesn't Charlotte have evidence, or Cheshire's testimony is hearsay? Well, it's not. It becomes, Cheshire's evidence of personal or things that she has seen is not necessarily hearsay, because it's what they've seen. Now, if Cheshire says, well, Steve said, or so-and-so said so-and-something, then we get into hearsay. And then it's up to the court's discretion whether it should be allowed or not. But usually, if you're a witness, you can only talk about stuff that has happened to you and interactions involving you.
And usually, and then there's, for example, a police officer, reading their police report is technically hearsay because but it's still considered admissible. Whether, there could possibly be a whole debate whether it was relevant or admissible. The one of the arguments I'd put up, one of the arguments that I would have with Cheshire is that she had a falling out with Steve and now has a personal vendetta against him. That would be one reason why I would argue that her evidence may not be reliable, and same with Munya. So that's how you have to argue it. And, and that up until they had the falling out, they had no problems with what was happening. It's only been since the falling out that they've had an issue. So there's a really strong evidence that you could argue that there was prejudice. Hostile witness, not necessarily, but I don't know that I'd say. I'd love necessarily. I don't know that they'd be hostile, but you would definitely have to argue over the reliability of. So it would be more like reliability. I thought Steve was settled for getting into whispers. Steve is in a two-party state. Oh, really? That's interesting. Well, they do know an expert in court if different to an expert on Jeopardy. They do know what to expect. What they know, and they do know an expert in court. So anyway, that's how I would be dealing with Chesh and Munya. I'd be talking about their whether they were reliable witnesses, and whether because of the question about the reliability, whether it could be admissible. But without knowing what the rules of without knowing the evidence law rules in a particular place, it's a little bit hard, but to work out. But that would be the basis of what I would be saying, part of my stuff. And again, if none of us gave permission for that call to be played, says Nikki. The other interesting thing is illegally obtained evidence. Again, comes down to admissibility. Evidence has to be collected a certain way. And, for example, if no one gave permission for that to be played, and it is a two-party state, it could be argued that the evidence could not be admitted into the court because it was illegally obtained. And many cases have fallen down because evidence was illegally obtained. In court, it was interesting because in the Bruce Lumen case in the Federal Court of Australia, there was a recorded phone call, and there was a whole argument over whether it could be played in court. And at the end, all the parties involved in the phone call decided that yes, it can be played in court, but all the parties had to agree. Yeah,
was in place by these creators to harass and intimidate Charlotte McIver. Today,
it's McIver, not MacGyver. And if she was MacGyver, she wouldn't need St. Katie Joy to rescue her. Because MacGyver can get out of any situation. I'm just saying.
I am seeing and witnessing people within this group attempt to gaslight and deflect the reality of the situation and put this on me. And I am not going to be gaslit anymore.
Well, stay out of it. Why on earth do you put your big nose? Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have said big nose. Sorry, I take that back. Why on earth do you put your nose into it? You could have just left it and let it all play out, not been associated with it. I don't know if anyone involved in that case is watching, but I think you've got a witness here. Subpoena her to go to court.
And I'm not going to allow these creators to gaslight Charla. Charla is the victim in this case.
What does Charla have on her that she has to white knight for her? If we do something regarding the mod call, since we both were there and our laws are different. Can you do something, Autistic Shell, about that? I mean, she's talking about everyone's involving her in it. She's put herself in there. You can't put yourself in the situation, Katie, and then say, leave me alone, I'm not involved.
And no matter what you say about what you think I've done, I am not the one that has a restraining order against me by Charla. I have not harassed Charla. In fact, when Charla was part of my community, I always treated her with kindness. And she said that to me.
Hi, Frisco Chicken. Her hatred of Steve, they have bonded over it. I'm looking, yeah. Autistic Chill, I'll see, and Nikki, I'll see if I can find anything about the laws of that somewhere. I probably can access some legal stuff through my uni account. Sometimes I can get into all the other law journals and stuff from all the other country. I'm late to the game. I don't know who Fresco Chicken. I don't know who was in the call, but she's talked about this call. Well, with our lawyer says you blocked her. That's right. This is somebody that she blocked.
When people choose to get involved with these kinds of people, and real life consequences are happening, like restraining orders, and there's real life conspiracies for harassment, there's no amount of gaslighting and deflection you can do to change the reality.
Lily B, why Charla was blocked from KJ's channel Kindness? Well, and remember, KJ admitted in one of her other streams that she did block her. Cheap Glass says KJ already said in one of her drunk lives about Erin Itao, all giving lots of evidence for court, but she has nothing to do with Charla. Correct. So for somebody that has nothing to do with anybody, she seems to have a lot of evidence, you know?
And what I'm witnessing now are creators that have been exposed scrambling. I was sent I haven't had a chance to watch it because I'm honestly in the middle of editing a new video. But I've watched, my husband just sent me a video because Llama Girl, who goes by Llama on YouTube and on Twitter, who has been a part of this harassment of me, is trying to deny that she has a relationship with Steve.
I think you can find out whoever it is and ask for it to be taken down. Laura Gill is saying she's not involved in Steve because she's not fully involved in Steve.
Llama Girl, who goes by Llama on YouTube and on Twitter, who has been a part of this harassment of me, is trying to deny that she has a relationship with Steve. This is categorically false. Over the years, it is very clear the two of them had a relationship. They would consistently tag each other on Twitter. Steve is literally on his channel. There are clips of him saying, "Thank God for Llama Girl." I wouldn't.
Lazy Wolf, Steve and Llama Girl. I think I did ask Llama Girl what was Steve going to give her for Valentine's Day. That means that I have a relationship with Llama Girl because I thank Llama Girl as well.
Twitter, who has been a part of this harassment of me, trying to deny that she has a relationship with Steve. This is categorically false. Over the years, it is very clear the two of them had a relationship. They would consistently tag each other on Twitter. Steve is literally on his channel. There are clips of him saying, "Thank God for Llama Girl." I wouldn't know anything of what's going on if not for Llama.
By the way, Autistic Shill and Nikki, in Section 184 of the Canadian Criminal Code, Section 1841, everyone who, by means of any electromagnetic, acoustic, mechanical, or other device, willfully intercepts a private communication is guilty of an indictable offence and liable to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 5 years. So Section 184 of the Criminal Code of Canada states that recording private conversations is legal as long as one of the parties that is recording the conversation, is involved in the call of conversation and consents to the recording. This is called the one-party consent exception. So if one So technically in Canada, you can record a conversation. So as long as it's essentially it's illegal to record other people's conversations to which the individual is not a party. So they're essentially breaching the law. So in Canada, it looks like it could possibly be illegal. So, all right. But look up the criminal code, Section 184 of the criminal code. Hank Texas says, I thought KJ did not know Charla. Oh. But Frisco Chicken, KJ calls herself an investigative journalist, and this is what she came up with for Llama and Steve. We got to listen to that again. I got to listen to that again.
When people choose to get involved with these kinds of people, creators that have been exposed scrambling. I was sent an I haven't had a chance to watch it because I'm really honestly in the middle of editing a new video. But I've watched, my husband just sent me a video because Llama Girl, who goes by Llama on YouTube and on Twitter, who has been a part of this harassment of me, is trying to deny that she has a relationship with Steve. This is categorically false. Over the years, it is very clear the two of them had a relationship. They would consistently tag each other on Twitter. Steve is literally on his channel. There are clips of him saying, thank God for Llama Girl.
Oh, because Llama Girl, yay! Llama Girl's got a new man in her life without even knowing it. Just at the right time.
In the middle of editing a new video. But I've watched, my husband just sent me a video because Llama Girl, who goes by Llama on YouTube and on Twitter, who has been a part of the harassment of me, is trying to deny that she has a relationship with Steve. This is categorically false. Over the years, it is very clear the two of them had a relationship.
Doesn't Llama have to have contact with KJ for this to be harassment? Yes, I think so, Check Russ. And by then, she's harassing the Duggars and sister.
Would consistently tag each other on Twitter, who has been a part of this harassment of me, is trying to deny that she has a relationship with Steve.
I can't get past that. Oh, I'm gonna have to we're gonna have to put that. That's gonna be a short at some point. That's gonna be like snipped and repeated.
Who has been a part of this harassment of me, is trying to deny that she has a relationship with Steve. This is categorically false. Over the years, it is very clear the two of them had a relationship. They would consistently tag each other on Twitter. Steve is on.
Actual order says, So what problem does KJ have with Llama Girl and Steve having a relationship? And does anyone else care? The drama. And Lone Wolf says, congratulations, Llama Girl, on your new relationship. What does Mr. Llama say, Llama Girl?
Categorically false. Over the years, it is very clear the two of them had a relationship. They would consistently tag each other on Twitter. Steve is literally on his channel. There are clips of him saying, "Thank God for Llama Girl." I wouldn't know.
Autistic Shield says, hey, Llama Girl, sister wife, when are you going to come and live with the rest of us and Steve? You know, the cult. Oh.
Anything of what's going on if not for Llama. Steve doesn't shout out people that he's not in communication with, and he would never give someone props like that if they weren't doing something for him.
Oh, you're doing stuff for him, Llama Girl. Ooh. Who thought that being in two different continents and being in different time zones and countries, wow, what do you do?
I wouldn't know anything of what's going on if not for Llama. Steve doesn't shout out people that he's in communication with, and he would never give someone props like that if they weren't doing something for him. She has, and they have, gone back and forth on Twitter for years. So in her new video, she says she's going to shut down her channel, and it's almost like she's blaming me for it, which it's not. It's not my fault. That if she chooses to shut her channel down, that's fine, but I'm not asking anyone.
When did you have your channel, Llama Girl? Oh. Could you imagine though? Llama Girl and Steve sit in the tree. But you think about the concept, you just think about, just for 1 minute, the people that think this is serious, the ramifications that this could, I mean, we're all laughing about it, but she's gone onto a channel accusing two people of having a relationship, right? Let's just think about that for a moment, right? If people didn't know better, they would believe it. And it could cause a lot of issues. And this is a journalist.
Something for him. She has, and they have, gone back and forth on Twitter for years. So in her new video, she says she's going to shut down her channel, and it's almost like she's blaming me for it, which it's not. It's not my fault. That if she chooses to shut her channel down, that's fine, but I'm not asking anyone to shut their channels down. I'm asking them to stop harassing Charlotte, and I'm asking them to stop harassing me. That it's gotten to a point that their conspiracy to harass, target, and bully has been exposed.
If Llama Girl had a channel, it would be lit. And Llama Girl says that is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Lazy Wolf, I know. In fact, I'm sure Llama Girl would have a channel bigger than KJ. Wait till KJ sees the tweet of Llama and Steve joking about her flight. Oh, oh, staying only. This blows up her credibility if she had any these allegations here. There's no ramifications for Kenya, and she proves.
Earlier today, I received an email from Chelsea Suarez, who goes by the user CC Suarez. And it's very clear that Renelle and Katie are going to try to use CC to put out a hit piece about me. CC.
Which Katie are we talking about? Because she never had. Who's harassing who here? Just stops his Lulu B. And Doom says she never had any credibility. Because she's just accused Llama Girl of being, I think she's just confused Llama Girl and, I don't know. Anyone worked anything out yet? Oh, dear.
He is trying to paint this as though my single response on Instagram on Friday and my video I posted the other day is proof that I am harassing Katie and I'm harassing Renelle. Katie has 42 videos about me on her channel as of yesterday. I don't know if she's taken any down. 42 videos. And I'm harassing her because I've done one video on Instagram and one video on YouTube, 2 videos on YouTube, 4 videos total in the last few days. And that's due to a legal issue with stalking.
Oh. Really, illegal issues with stalking. But hang on a minute. But again, what does this have to do with her? I just don't know what this has got to do. I don't know what this has got to do with her. Why is she so invested in this, other than the fact?
Taken any down. 42 videos. And I'm harassing her because I've done one video on Instagram and one video on YouTube. 2 videos on YouTube. 4 videos total in the last few days. And that's due to a legal issue with stalking. A real issue because they chose to use my face to fundraise.
But didn't I don't know. Is that her left hand by any chance? Is that her left hand or a right hand? That's a right hand, isn't it? She's the mob boss. Yeah, I think so. That's a right hand, isn't it? Well, she did that John Yates video doxing. She did on that. I bet it was reporting on KJ. She could be considered a journalist like KJ thinks she is, says Frisco Rabbit. Whoa, this is going. It's a smear campaign. It's a pattern. Same thing happened with Tony lawsuit. Yeah.
When they are the perpetrators, not Charla, not me. They chose to legally use my face and my image and my likeness, and that's illegal. They're fraudulently raising money when they are the perpetrators. And Katie.
Oh, how many times has she used the dogger's likeness? Oh dear.
The last few days, and that's due to a legal issue with stalking. A real issue because they chose to use my face to fundraise when they are the perpetrators. Not Charla, not me. They chose to legally use my face and my image and my likeness, and that's illegal.
Her image, her face, her likeness. Oh, what did Doom say? She must be for criticism is not stalking, KJ. No, it's not stalking. Actually, I was just saying something today that if you actually believe a lie for long enough, you really honestly believe it could be the truth because you've convinced yourself or you've told yourself the lie a lot of time. And she's obviously told herself whatever she believes she is, and so many times she actually believes that she's telling the truth. I don't know if it's illegal. I mean, I don't know. But I mean, how many... Then, I mean, if that's illegal for them to use her picture, image and likeness, I'd like to see... I'd like to see her permission letters for the Duggars. If I wanted to fundraise, the last thing I would use is her face, says without a lawyer. She's talking about talking about using to fundraise. Yeah.
They're fraudulently raising money when they are the perpetrators. Katie doesn't have a
right. Interesting. So she's saying that because the restraining order's been taken out on them, they have no right to fundraise. What about the thing about innocence until proven guilty? What about everything about everybody has the right to have their day in court? You know what? Even in Australia, there is through the government a domestic violence payment that assists you to get out of a situation. Now, they actually offer that to both the victim and the alleged perpetrator because sometimes the person, they need to get, for either party to be able to get out the house. And so they allow the perpetrator, the alleged perpetrator, the alleged offender to obtain the money to get them out. But it's okay for Cheshire to fundraise to go to the same trial. That's my point, cheap glass. It's hypocritical. Rabbit was referring to herself. So Rabbit was referring to herself because her name's Katie, right? Sarcasm for Fun says that GoFundMe was cleared. Yeah, okay.
When they are the perpetrators, not Charla, not me. They chose to legally use my face and my image and my likeness illegal. They are fraudulently raising money. They are the perpetrators. And Katie doesn't have a court case. But Cece Suarez is going to put out a video. Wait, Cece, you're blocked now. I want nothing to do with you.
Cece Suarez, I believe, contacted Katie Joy to comment about stuff. So, which is what a journalist does. One of the things about journalism is that you present both sides and you give both sides the chance to speak. And she was given, hello Vivian, hello JMZ. Both sides were given the opportunity to speak. So CC contacted Katie like a journalist would. And now she's blocked. Why is Katie putting herself into this story? That is the $60 million question.
Doesn't have a court case. But Cece Suarez is going to put out a video. By the way, Cece, you're blocked now. I want nothing to do with you. And I will not be gaslit into believing and to try to twist the narrative that I get too close to my sources or I've harassed and doxed Renelle. And Katie, how many videos does Renelle have about me on her channel?
Yes, that's exactly what CC was doing, getting both sides' comments. CC did a live a few hours ago about Katie. CC got the kindness treatment, says without a lawyer.
How many times has Renelle talked about my child? How many times has...
I don't know, because I have to be honest with you. I don't watch everyone's videos about her. But I wouldn't know. But I know that most people, when they talk about her child, talk about how upset they are that you're talking about him and that he should be kept away from the public eye. Because it was you that showed a picture of him the other week on was it Instagram? Nobody did that but you. CC will be crying that she's blocked. I'm sure CC will be crying that she's blocked.
She doxed my child's life. I'm not going to be gaslit that I am somehow attacking Renelle and Katie. I'm speaking the truth. I am not the perpetrator here.
But I don't believe it is my opinion that a video like this actually could actually help those that the restraining order is against, because this shows that somebody is trying to get the troops together. Now, she's called out the channel names of those people, right? So she has got a following that's larger than any other people that she's talked about. And all her fans now can go and target, harass those creators. Can you see what she's done? She'll turn around and say, "Oh, I just spoke my truth." But in the meantime, she's actually getting her minions now to go harass the alleged perpetrators. This video needs to be preserved, in my opinion, and shown to the lawyers. And it could be argued that KJ is an associate of Charla based on this video.
And my relationships with my sources are none of your business, Cece. If I have close relationships with my sources, who cares? I'm proud of my sources. I love my sources. And you know what? I call Kristen Decker mom.
Oh, how sick. Lazy Wolf says that's what I think. KJ's finally helping someone. Yes, Lazy Wolf, I think she's helping, and this would be very good evidence to show that. The only person she needs to be removed from is who's Kia. She loves drama. It's gross.
I'm estranged from my mom, and she's been like a mom to me when
her mum actually commented on her old Facebook page and asked her whether she'd been hacked. Her mum's got dementia, remember?
And my relationships with my sources are none of your business, Cece. If I have close relationships with my sources, who cares? I'm proud of my sources. I love my sources. And you know what? I call Kristen Decker mom because I'm a from my mom and she's like a mom to me when I haven't had a mom to two. And I hope everyone can find that kind of love and kindness in someone. And when you have
Sandil Hearts, in another video, she named Rabbit and Renelle, but stated the main people she won't name, but now we know who they are. So why go after Rabbit and Renelle? Correct. I don't know. Well, here we go. So she just said she calls Kristen Decker mum. Does that mean then that she no longer vets anything that she's told? That everything that Kristen Decker says is correct? Her laser, yeah, that's right. Her real mum's got her mum's got dementia. That's right. She does have dementia. Good. I guess it's a good thing that her mum does have dementia because Katie, liar. All right. Thank you, sarcasm. Because she won't remember a lot of this.
Loving relationships like that with your sources, they will learn to you trust each other. You build relationships. That's not a bad thing. I'm so grateful to all of you that have been so kind and so considerate and so understanding. You have no idea how scary it was to post that video yesterday. I have remained silent on this for years because everyone has bullied me anytime I've tried to speak, and I'm done being bullied. I'm done being.
What about all the bullying that you do? Check glass. Well, she gave up one source for money, yeah, and don't forget she did. She gave up. She helped Hardy as part of her settlement. Well, we assume it's part of the settlement. Hello, better than the Irish, better with the Irish. Well, I don't know whether her mum does have dementia or not, but she claims she had dementia.
Intimidated. That email from Cece was just another intimidation tactic of, well, I put a video out about you, Katie, try to paint you in a bad light.
How does she know that? How does she know that? If you don't get a chance to respond, right, so there's been this series called Nemesis on the ABC about the Liberal National Party. They held office for, 13 years. In that time, there were 3 different prime ministers. 2 out of 3 prime ministers appeared. 1 refused to appear and then complained they didn't like the way that they were portrayed. And everybody's turned around and said to this guy, you had every opportunity to appear and state your case, but you did not. If you don't respond and put your piece forward, you have no right to complain that you're not getting a fair go. KJ's been silent for years about this. She talks about this all the time. Yes, cheap glass.
Is Cece going to address that Renelle has an actual stalking order out against her in the state of Kansas?
It's not a... So it's like, I might be stalking, but I'm not as bad as such and such because they've got a restraining order out. I'm not as bad, but it's like the robber or like someone that's been caught for stealing. But what about the lady that just stole that? What about this? What about them? It isn't fair. Everyone's picking on me. And there's other people doing the same thing. That's what it's like.
Is she going to address that Steve has a stalking order out against him? Is she going to address that Aaron has a stalking order out against her? Is she going to address that Veda has a stalking order against her? And is she going to admit that she is colluding with these same people because she doesn't like me and she is a competitor of mine?
Oh, I've got to get that face. So she said, asked Katie to make a statement, and she said Katie was super agile.
Because she...
Oh, did you see the face she just made? The smug facial expressions. I know it. She reminds me of former Prime Minister Scott Morrison, who was the last Prime Minister to be filmed. He had an answer for everything and he never took responsibility for anything. It was always everyone else's fault.
Is she going to address that Aaron has a stalking order out against her? Is she going to address that Veda has a stalking order against her? And is she going to admit that she has been colluding with these same people because she doesn't like me and she is a competitor of mine? I have nothing against Cece. I think Cece could do a good job if she would get out of these weeds. But
get out of the weeds. What weeds? Okay. Get out of the weeds. Remember her response in the Tardy trial about James Charles? She's always about, well, they did it first. Yes, that's right. Cece talked about Katie one time and forgot about Katie. Cece doesn't care about you. Hello, Veda. Oh. Look at this. Look at the grin on her face. Oh, dear. So for those of you, I do have this, and I know Lama Girl's got it, but if you need it to give to lawyers, because this could be deemed as harassment, because as I said, she's got a bigger platform and she's sending her minions out. Everyone is taking food out of her mouth and she doesn't care if others end up jobless, homeless, unable to eat. Nope, in my opinion, only about her.
But sticking to, when people will just take the bad position just to be different? I'm starting to believe that anti-KJ isn't anti-me. It's literally anti-everything I stand for.
No, it's anti-you. Huh? Yeah, that's right. Well, her business model relies on hearsay, assumption. Maybe she's kind of outright guessing, and not to mention the gossip, the whining and whinging. I don't care. To the gaslighting she is harassing. Yes, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. I still can't get over the Llama Girl and Steve assumption, because that someone needs to draw me a picture and work out how that works, because I got no idea. Oh, it's too much.
It's anti-everything I believe in. So if I believe abuse is bad, they believe abuse is good.
I've never said that, and I would never, ever say that. I have to say, Llama Girl, that's been the highlight of my day. When I saw that you posted that on Twitter, I actually didn't believe it at first, because I thought, surely YouTube is a drunk sympathy call now, that her family stopped picking up her drunk calls. Oh, maybe. Her hate boner for Steve is comical. It is. But I just thought, to allege that Llama Girl and Steve have to be together, I thought that is so preposterous that surely no one could make that connection. But she did. She did.
If I say something's a cult, they say it's not a cult. If I say a man has been accused of raping 3 women, they will say 3 women lied about being raped by that man.
No. I also know we need to send them something where you guys registered, said Lazy Wolf. Since I've started my law degree, I look at things so much differently now. And it's not, unfortunately, you need to actually have evidence. And, if the police can't charge somebody, there's no evidence. And without evidence, and remember, it's going to be beyond reasonable doubt for criminals. So unless it's beyond reasonable doubt, they're not going to do anything. And I'm sorry that there's lots of people that slip through the cracks, but unless they're convicted, they're innocent until proven guilty. Just because you say something has happened doesn't make it right. Lama Girl says it just shows how delusional she is. Yes, you need to. Oh, maybe we need to. We need to set up a GoFundMe gift registry. I think this is all. Look over here, not my lawsuit with 7. I think it is too. A honeymoon trip. Oh, that's why we need a GoFundMe. Autistic Shell. No charges have been pressed. Those are with the police for months with no charges. That's the thing. If they're not pressing charges, there's a reason why they can't. Katie will report the GoFundMe. Well, she was the one that told us, JMZ. Well, I mean, that's why I titled this. If she says it, it must be true, because she's a respected reporter, isn't she? So she wouldn't get things wrong, would she? So can't wait to see what Steve does for me tomorrow for Valentine's Day. He needs to get me just. Something borrowed, something blue. Yes, Lama Girl is a hero. And that probably means that, yes, we need to do a say yes to the dress.
They will automatically take the opposite position regardless of truth.
Regardless, take the opposite. So she said that Steve and Lama Girl are together, and I'm saying no, they're not. If I say no, they're not, then
3 women, they will say 3 women lied about being raped by that man.
Well, listen.
They will automatically take the opposite position regardless of truth.
I take the opposite position regardless of truth. So she has said Steve and Lama Girl are together, and I'm saying no, they're not. But I'll take the opposite position.
A man has been accused of raping 3 women. They will say 3 women lied about being raped by that man. They will automatically take the opposite position regardless of truth.
See, regardless of truth, I'm taking the opposite position. Better with the Irish have a theory that 7M not able to deem her a journalist, forcing her to produce discovery, and I believe she may have received word from the Chrysalis attorney, which is causing her to spiral. Yeah, possibly. And Lama Girl says, you're making me laugh so much with your laugh. Katie, Steve and Lama Girl aren't together.
3 women lied about being raped by that man. They will automatically take the opposite position regardless of truth.
There you go. Take the opposite position regardless of truth. Well, my question is, what is truth?
If I say a man has been accused of defrauding banks of $30 million, they will say he sued you for defamation. And I say he's in prison for 12 years right now.
And I say he's appealing. Lazy Wolf says that will never not be funny. I know somebody who's a lot more creative than I have to take that snippet and do something. He's appealing that. And don't forget, you also got a payout in a civil trial. He's only got to prove that there's some doubt to it, and he's out.
They'll say, Tati Westbrook sued you. And I'll say, Tati and I actually settled. And Tati and I are on good terms.
Oh, they're besties! KJ Farquhar obviously doesn't understand the Streisand effect. She'll be giving all these lovely people more views. Oh, they're she's besties! face. They're besties.
In fact, I was with Tati's lawyers this fall. Yeah, this fall. There's no.
Oh, she was with Tony's lawyers. Yeah, we know you had to sell. We know that in order to settle, you had to sell your soul. We know that. We're not stupid. We know that you had to give them. You had to roll over. We know you had to give them everything about Clark Swanson. We know that.
Love lost between Tati and I. If I was on bad terms with Tati, why would I be helping Tati?
Because you had to. Isn't there a message, something where she goes, I had to do something that I didn't want to do? Because you had to do a deposition. That's why.
Why would I be helping her with her legal case?
Because you have to. I'm sure that was part of your settlement. You had to give all the information on Clark Swanson and give a deposition. That's right, Arante. Hello. Wasn't part of the settlement. She turned over her being deposed for that. He's like, do we turn you a favour? Turn you a favour? I'm sure it was the court. Doesn't the court issue the subpoenas, not the lawyer? I don't know.
Why would I have agreed to help her with her legal case against her business partner? Why would she ask for my help if she thought I was a terrible person and wasn't credible?
Oh boy, I don't think I've laughed this much in such a long time. She's unbelievable making out she's best friends. I can't believe she's making them to be friends. She had to give up her source. But neglects to mention she was forced to. Amber Heard was with JJ's lawyers. Does that mean they are on good terms? MCS McLaren says she missed her calling as a terrible fiction writer. I wonder when the Tati knows that they're best friends.
Think about that. Why did she drop her case against me? Because they're
because you took down all their videos. You took down, and you had to do an apology, and you threw Swanson under a bus.
terrible person and wasn't credible.
If you weren't credible, you're not credible. That's why you were getting sued for defamation.
Think about that.
Oh yeah, I don't need to think about it. I don't need to think about it.
Why did she drop her case against me? Because there was
Because she settled, because you gave, you removed all the material. That's what happened to your other channel then? What happened to all your content about her on that other channel? Where's all your Tati videos? Katie's light bulb ain't turned off. The darn thing is broken. Needs electrician. You're killing you, lazy wolf. And then Cheryl says, I want some of what I'm on. Oh, I'm just on her stupidity. Because if I don't laugh, I'll cry. Tati also knew she gets more money from Swanson than KJ. Well, I think Swanson's got money. We don't know what.
There was no defamation, and I have nothing against Tati. I wish her and her husband nothing but the best. They'll look at me as the problem, but they won't look at, oh, Todd Chrisley's in prison.
Just because you're in prison doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't excuse the stuff that you said about him. Just because he's in prison. So what? So you're saying all those horrible things you said about him are true because he ended up in prison? Seriously, with the cost of living and the crisis at the moment, anybody could end up being locked away.
Was I wrong about anything I said about Todd?
Yes!
They'll look at me as the problem, but they won't look at, oh.
You could call her a snake oil peddler. She did call her a snake oil peddler, yes.
Oh, Chrisley's in prison. Was I wrong about anything I said about Todd?
Wow. You did make some very serious allegations about his sexuality. Let's, Nikki's, yes, she did call Tadi's husband that. Nikki, you're making the assumption that Llama Girl would want to take his name. She may want to keep her own name. Why do courts make rulings and not abide from them? Cheap Glass says what I've seen from TC's case. Witnesses like so. If it turns out that he's exonerated and he comes and he is released, is she going to apologise to him?
Did he steal money? Did he cause banks to fail?
Jeez.
Was he sentenced to over 12 years in prison? Does the federal government say that he owes them $17 million? Yep.
Why? She gets off on all of this. What about the fact? That there's young children without parents at home? Oh, she will, and then she'll take down the video and strike anyone who uploads the video. True.
It does. I'm not going to be gaslit. Not today.
I thought that she was a supporter of victims, because if she was a supporter of victims, she realised that the Chrisleys' young and minor children are a victim here. I did ask people at the start to get their pillows. How's everyone's pillows going? Does anyone need to replace their pillow? I know she doesn't care about other people's kids from this thing, because she wouldn't be getting excited about it all. I'm really upset for the family.
So Cece, you can make your video. You're blocked. I will never get another email from you. Do contact me ever again. And this is me being very honest. Do not contact me. If you contact me again, I'll consider that harassment. It's
Oh, Cece, don't do your due diligence and be like a reporter and actually seek out my opinion on what's being said about me. No, I'm just going to do you for harassment, because how dare you ask my side of the story? You know, you've ripped your pillow. You've ripped your pillow in the pillow in 4 places, says Nikki.
I will never get another email from you. Do not contact me ever again. And this is me being very honest. Do not contact me. If you contact me again, I'll consider that harassment. It's unwanted contact at this point.
Unwanted contact? Unwanted contact. Oh. Anyone that gets an email from KJ, if she ever emails you,
Get another email from you. Do not contact me ever again. And this is me being very honest. Do not contact me. If you contact
so if you get an email from KJ, this is what you need to quote
me again, I'll consider that harassment. It's unwanted contact at this point.
If she writes you an email, you'll say, I consider this harassment. No, you say, as a YouTuber, journalist said, if you email me again, I'll consider it harassment. This is...
Consider that harassment. It's unwanted contact at this point.
Unwanted contact. Oh, she probably talks to the spam callers because she can tell them all about how she's a victim. Yes, say, this email is unwanted contact.
Point. You're not a investigative journalist if you're going to email me and claim that people that are actually stalking someone and have an order of protection out and they're the perpetrator, and you're going to make the bad guy. No. Go look at...
So how come she is saying that CC is not an investigative journalist? Could you imagine all the real journalists there? Well, some of them do. I mean, some of them do, and some of them, you know, end up in court, but they defend it. She doesn't realise how ridiculous she looks. No, that's why I've laughed through it all.
Look at Renell's channel. Are you so clouded in your anger towards me that everything I do is wrong? And my business practices are none of anyone's business.
Your business practices? She should have taught this to Charlotte, who was asked to stop contacting people, it says, without a lawyer. I don't know why she gets so many views. I don't know. Or she's jealous of if KJ was smart, should ask CC to be a part of the video or live to defend us. Well, that's my point, Nikki, is the best way to shut it down would have been to say yes and get her side into it. Because if you aren't going to be part of it, you then can't complain that you weren't portrayed in a certain light.
That actually feels like a business tort of interference. If you try to speak to your competitors about their business practices and how they run their business to get
bull dust. Oh, let's see. I'm sorry. So CC messaged her and said, I've heard these, can you please make comments on these allegations about you? And so now she's complaining that it's tortious interference.
And my business practices are none of anyone's business. That actually feels like a business tort of interference.
How has CC emailing you interfered with your business?
If you try to speak to your competitors about their business practices and how they run their business to get private and secret information, that can be considered trying to interfere in someone's business.
What legal case are you quoting from? What legal thing? Where's your evidence of that?
That's a civil litigation issue. you probably don't want to ask those kind of questions.
Bull dust.
And telling someone that your lawyers are going to contact them isn't a threat. That's a consequence for behavior.
Your behaviour. I'm surprised. I mean, you imagine her lawyers are going to go and sit back. I mean, no wonder they're I don't know if they are telling her off, but why would they tell her off? They're going to be making, the only winners are going to be her lawyers. $150 for every email that sort of like spamming Toyota about 7M, that kind of talk, Kaja, correct. A bit, $150 per email, so every time she copies in and threatens somebody with their lawyers and copy the lawyers, and every time they read it, that's $150. Every time she does a rant, there's another $150. I'd love to see her built. You imagine what it would look like. And imagine her sending all, I mean, she could just tell, I mean, it'd probably be cheaper for her to just tell her to go onto Instagram, actually. Because she's put all the information there. But you every time they do something or respond to someone, that's money. I'm sure her lawyers would be able to buy 3 or 4 Bentleys by now.
It's not a threat if someone says, I'm going to have my lawyer contact you. Is that, you made after you were told to stop, not me.
Well, after one email. I'm a girl, and KJ just keeps paying them to ask for more. Was thinking about being an attorney. Well, you've got to have comprehension skills. You've got to be able to decipher fact from fiction. And you've got to be able to work out when somebody's pulling your chain.
Threat if someone says, I'm going to have my lawyer contact you. Is that...
So is she saying that after one email, CC, hello, Ivana, does that mean that after one email, she's threatened her lawyer on them, and then...
You made the choice to keep going and going and going.
How did she keep going and going and going if there was one email? She talked about one email. How is that going and going and going?
After you were told to stop, not me. And I still haven't had my lawyers contact anyone because I'm trying to handle this the best way I know how, which is exposing the truth.
Yeah, because they've told her how much it's going to cost her. As I said, in my opinion, this is evidence for her organising harassment on the content creators. Because she named them at the start of the video, knowing that these people are going to seek them out. Maybe she can go to law school at the University of America.
If you need me to post the entire moderator call from September 23rd, 2023, I'll post the whole damn thing. Nikki's on it. Vita's on it. Steve is on it. Megan's on it. The only reason Erin's not on it is because she's at work. But Erin was clearly discussed a lot. Renelle was not on it, and Katie was not on it.
So why then? Catherine Payne's live chat in the last 10 minutes. Really? Wow. Yes, I think it is illegal, Llama Girl. And we've just realised that because Nikki's on it, that's a one-party state. So it's so technically, if any of those, unless one of those people she's just named gave permission, then yeah, she can't. And anyone that's watching, you would be well within your rights to give her a cease and desist and tell her to remove, and you'd get your lawyer you would get your lawyer onto it. And Lazy Wolf says she sure knows a lot about the call. That's right. And I'm saying And she has said that this is evidence for the upcoming case, right? So I want to know how she got it and why is she discussing it.
But Katie is on Steve's channel, on his panel, talking about me. Katie has a folder on her channel and she had 42 videos about me. Katie created a GoFundMe with my name and image and said that I...
Oh, Kathy P is the one that says the... So I keep hearing this name. I've got no idea who that is. Oh, and she's giving 7 names. Well, this is what she's going to be. This is what she's going to be like when she spirals. Yes, she said that, Aunt Ninny. We saw that earlier, and I don't know anything about that. Look, if Katie wanted to come in here, if Katie came in here, I'm more than happy to listen to her. But I would be...
was sending an unstable stalker to her to take down her channel. No, I don't work for Charla, but they want...
You don't work for Charla, you're just doing her bidding. But you're doing her bidding. There is a connection there, which means you'd have to be an associate.
And said that I was sending an unstable stalker to her to take down her...
An associate is a person who joins with others in some activity or endeavour. So if she is allegedly joining with Charla and calling out this behaviour, then she's an associate. So she's doing her bidding, in my opinion.
Talking about me. Katie has a folder on her channel and she had 42 videos about me. Katie created a GoFundMe with my name and image and said that I was sending an unstable stalker to her to take down her channel. No, I don't work for Charla, but they wanted me to like notice so badly that it made me invested to see, oh my God, this woman is being abused and stalked and harassed by these people. Charla's a victim. She's a survivor from the IBLP.
Oh no! Oh, thank you, Amanda. Oh no, she's a survivor of the IBLP, so that means she's got to be perfect, and she's not. She's you know. Oh, she's perfect, right? Because she's a survivor. I thought she knew nothing about this woman.
This woman is being abused and stalked and harassed by these people. Charla's a victim.
Oh,
She's a survivor from the ILP. She doesn't deserve this because why? She told you guys no? Because you had a disagreement about a Facebook group? There are huge problems in the world, and this is...
Hang on. I don't know anything about it, but I know this, and I know that, and I know this, and I know that. Gee whiz, she knows a lot for somebody that doesn't know anything. Okay, see you with the other lawyer. If 7 never allows, I bet she will settle. I think she's trying to shut down channels. Will I get? Maybe. I don't know anything about this Charla woman. Chesh did a live about court and thinks she's going to blow this all up with her testimony. Is she? Well, as I said, one of the things I said, Aunt Ninny, was that one of the arguments that could be made is that she's an unreliable witness due to the fact that she had a falling out with Steve. So it could be put to her that she's just trying to get back at him. And therefore her evidence is unreliable and inadmissible. But, you know, But as I said, I don't know what the rules of evidence law is, but that would be my argument. If it was here in Australia, I would argue that she wasn't a reliable witness because they had a falling out and she's out to get him. So that would be my argument. And so I think KJ would side with Jim Bob Duggar if he hated Steve. Probably would.
It's not a reason to go stalking someone. And she's not being retaliatory when you're digging into her private life and posting all of her private details online, and she's not a public figure. There's a thing called invasion of privacy, and private citizens have a right to privacy. And Charlotte was a private citizen. She's not a public figure. And drag me through the mud, say all these things, but I'm not going to be gaslit today. That's all.
She's not going to be gaslit today, but she's just she's got her nose into a situation that she shouldn't have her nose in. And the other thing, my suggestion is put her on the witness list, subpoena her, because she'll have to go in person, by the way. That's just my little law student thing, because she knows a lot more about this situation than what she lets on. So she needs to be a crucial. She needs to be a witness. She shared and overshared everything about herself. No one asked her for anything. So that's what I would be doing. Asking for a last-minute witness to be called in because she's been bragged for the mere reason that she's been blabbing about the case over social media. Yeah, it was supposed to be quick. It was 19 minutes. We've still got 5 minutes to go.
I'm saying. I'm very grateful for the wide response from people that are seeing this for what it is. And I don't think any of these people anticipated that I would ever speak out. We sat silent for so many years, and every time
She sat silent. Oh, gee whiz. Oh, is Rabbit here? Hi, Rabbit. Yeah, that's fine. You say whatever you need to say, Rabbit. KJ just made a post on Instagram accusing me of using my nursing license to get my stalkers. Yes, I saw that. Never ever. Everyone, please listen. I would never ever do anything like that. Well, down the rabbit hole, even what the alleged evidence she proved to back that up, didn't even show that. So no, I didn't believe it for 1 second. But that's a very serious allegation, and you need to actually ask her to retract that statement, and then do it for defamation. Give her a cease and desist. To put the tables back. Reverse the tables on her. And also, she needs to be called into evidence on this court case on the 26th because she knows way too much about a case she knows nothing about. And she's, yeah. And I'm sorry you've had to shut down your channel. Keep my mouth shut, but here's the truth. That woman sent her records to me for no damn reason. She attached them to her email, though I never spoke to her before and never spoke to her after. Wow. This is a completely made-up lie. Yeah. Rabbit is also in print form on the last 10 minutes of Kathy Payne. Even after I deleted my channel, she's trying to take everything away from me. I'm sorry about that. Down the rabbit hole. That's horrible. This is why we call you out, Katie. Please let everyone know and never stop letting them know. We'll keep going. As I said, because I live in another country, I think it's a little bit harder. And currently, Australia is about to strengthen their doxing laws. And
I'm going to be gaslit today. That's all I'm saying. I'm very grateful for the wide response from people that are seeing this for what it is. And I don't think any of these people anticipated that I would ever speak out because I sat silent for so many years.
Liar. Sat silent for so many years. Ugh, I feel really sick. That's going real life, Katie, Joy, and that's disgusting. Imagine going. I mean, does everyone remember when she did that cry fest over the fact she couldn't feed her son because her money was having to go to a litigation, and people were trying to take her livelihood away? Do you remember that? I think you need to. Look, I don't know if you've got a lawyer, but you need to get a letter sent and put her on notice, and do exactly what she did, and then just ask her to remove the information.
And every time I did speak out, they would bully me and intimidate me to try to take my videos down. And that's what they're trying to do to me today. And I'm not going to take my video down anymore.
But you expect everyone else to take videos down about you. Hypocrite.
I'm not going to live this place where I'm told that I'm hated. I'm not going to be told and gaslit and made to feel that like I'm the problem when I've done nothing wrong. If you don't agree with how I run,
you've just put your nose in where it doesn't belong.
My channel, don't watch it. If you don't agree with the coverage that I have, you can do. You just turn off the channel. I don't watch creators I don't like, and I certainly don't obsess about what they're doing in their private.
Yes, you are. I don't obsess. Oh dear. I don't obsess over them. What?
Lives. Why would I spend time worrying about what another creator is doing that covers the same content as me?
Oh, gee whiz.
I didn't even know Katie's name until Thursday of last week.
Till you went out.
You don't get to play victim, Katie and Renelle. And if you're going to use Cece as your vehicle to try to take me down, it's not going to work. I'm not afraid of Cece. I'm not afraid of any of you anymore. And I'm not going to be gaslit.
But it's okay for you to do it to everybody else.
When you don't have a response to the actual allegation, they say that narcissists deflect and project.
Oh. Isn't that what she's doing?
When you can't answer to the accusation and actually say, yes, I've been caught, their response is going to be to attack me and to attack Charla. But I'm not one. You're not going to.
What on earth? Why on earth is she white knighting for Charla? Because normally, if there's people doing stuff, you stay where, you sort of stay out of it. And you let them sort it out themselves. But she's white knighting. And for those of you that came in late, earlier, Katie Joy told us that Alama Girl and Steve are in a relationship. Neither of them knew.
Attack me today. I have real people that I'm working with, real victims of cults.
She's dealing with real people, really? So
real victims that are going through horrific abuse, real survivors that I'm working with and helping.
Really? Trying to get somebody to lose their job? Not enough people for the meeting. Well, see, they knew that you wanted to be here. Real people. Well, We're just, I don't know what we are then.
And getting their stories out and spreading awareness about what's happening in their groups. That's real life.
I thought that we were going after a cult leader too, trying to pull down a cult.
I'm helping women in these advocacy groups by raising money for holding out help. And
oh, she raised some money. You can help by reporting that live. KJ will not get away with this. As I said, if anybody said, I'm not a lawyer, so I can only give you general advice, but if you want to send me a message, I'll do what I can, particularly if you need to know what you need to do. But yeah, I think, I help where I can, and I'll give advice where I can. Oh, it's this, it was an Instagram live, Bo.
Contributing financially to them so that they can get counselors to help women flee polygamy. I've donated to Hope After Polygamy to help them raise scholarships.
Everyone give her a round of applause. You're a hero that we didn't know we needed. How can we live up to you, our hero? Oh, great, you donated money. What about going and helping at one of the shelters or something? I think I'm going into delirium.
Scholarship money for women and men that escape polygamy.
Now she says men. I thought men were the perpetrators.
Why don't you do something like that? Why don't you actually help victims instead of making yourselves the victim that you're not?
Well, I do actually. She donated Lummy Girl. She's donated a fraction of what she gets for one video. Correct.
I'm not going to play the victim here.
I'm not going to play the victim, but I'm going to keep telling you that I'm not going to play the victim. Hello, Stacey Serres. How are you? Welcome. This is unbelievable. So everybody, we're also looking at a registry for Llama Girl and Steve, because KJ's told us that they're an item and I didn't know that they're an item. We've got to work out on something borrowed, something blue.
Harassment, bullying, and a cyber gang stalking.
Oh, ball dang. From what I've seen, she's just bullied and harassed a whole lot of people, and she's got her minions working on it.
But I'm not going to play the victim. I'm just going to say I'm done being bullied.
She's done. I'm not going to play the victim, but I'm going to keep telling you that I'm not going to play the victim because you're not giving me the sympathy that I want. Katie, if you wanted the sympathy, you needed to actually put comments on so you could get the, oh, poor KJ, it's so horrible that you're going through this. Oh, as I bet Graham Cacker had a good 9 months that she didn't go live to make more trouble. Well, as I said, he's now going to be able to buy another Bentley with all of this.
And I'm done with you bullying Charla, and I'm done with you bullying other creators. And I've never said any of you have to shut your channels down. If you need to shut your channels down because you're afraid of legal consequences, because of all of these restraining orders, because you think I might sue you, I can't tell you what to do.
She might say, how can she sue if all I'm doing is playing back her, hello, Reagan? You can't sue somebody for playing your video and making a comment about it, KJ.
I have zero interest in going to court with anyone.
Oh, is that why you settled with your bestie? Anyone can sue anyone for anything. Yes, but that doesn't mean that they've got a case. Oh, and Tardy's her bestie. Her and Tardy are besties too.
What I do have interest in is all of you finding content that has nothing to do with me. Because I'm done punching bag. You can disagree with me all day long. You can disagree with my content. You can do 1 or 2 videos about it. But if you're going to make your whole channels about me, I'm not down with that anymore. Thank you to everyone that's been really kind about Charla. I did reach out to her after I made the video, and after I posted it, she did not ask me to do it. And she was just very overwhelmed with the support.
Why is she bulldogging for this woman? Well, I've got to go film a video. Oh, dear. Wow. Yes, apparently. Oh, what was it? Contact without permission? That was what she accused CC of. Harassment because it was not non-permissible contact via email. She has something on KJ, you think so, Yvonne? It's the only reason why. I can't. Oh, dear.
And she was so grateful to see so many kind.
I'm going to just play advocate here. Okay, let's just assume. Let's just say that it doesn't go this Charla's way on at court, okay? And in fact, it's reversed. What happens then to KJ? Has she thought about the fact that these allegations may not be true, although she has apparently seen evidence? But my concern is that if KJ is bragging that there's evidence about it, then I think there's some questions to be asked. Because the evidence shouldn't be out.
Comments to her because she has felt so alone and scared. And for her to have her voice heard and spoken and shared on a larger platform like mine gave her like it validated what she was going through. And if anyone knows what she's going through right now, it's me, because it's happened to me.
Oh dear. Oh no. Oh. KJ knows Charlotte's done this. So is it because she dislikes Steve so much? She's just doing the opposite regardless of truth? Is that what you're saying this is about? Oh, things are going to get much worse. Oh.
What you're watching them do to her right now is what happened to me. And no amount of gaslighting is going to change the fact that I had a restraining order. Oh,
I'm glad we didn't do a drinking game with the word gaslighting or victim, because I reckon there'd be a few drunk people here.
Out against Steve, Tina, and different Katie.
Wait on a minute. Huh? Hello, talk of the town.
Watching them do to her right now is what happened to me. And no amount of gaslighting is going to change the fact that I had a restraining order out against Steve, Tina, and Katie, different Katie at one point. Lawsuits against Steve, an NDA against Steve. Steve has a long history of harassing and intimidating women and using other women to do his dirty work.
When you talked about an NDA, you couldn't talk about him either. Cheryl, that's a really good point. Cheryl says Charlotte's not scared. She's enjoying every minute of this. Now KJ's letting Charlotte gaslight her. How ignorant. Because Charlotte doesn't need to do anything. She's got KJ doing her bidding. That's why I'm saying if there's any way to get her into the court as a witness to do it. And she'd have to go in person.
everyone else of being the psychos and the gaslighters and the narcissists.
Psychos, gaslighters, and narcissists. That's what we all are.
Steve's a narcissist. And this is what a narcissist does. And this is what narcissist abuse is. And he's injured. Whatever is going on with his ego, he's going to do whatever he can to protect it. I have to go back to doing my video. But again, thank you all so much.
So that's 19 minutes. Oh, that was 19 minutes. I have to still, the highlight was, finding out about our YouTube couple. All right, but we're not there yet. Well, the thing is, that's why the people with money seem to use the court system to their advantage, because they can. And I'm really sorry for Rabbit. I don't think anyone should be going real life and trying to take away her license. That's just wrong. I don't even know. Well, he comes in here. I mean, by her definition, we're all in relationships with each other. By her own definition. I hope the doxing laws come through in Australia, because it will make it a criminal offence to dox somebody. Chaos with this creator is mind-numbing. I am late to the game, so to speak, and I didn't think I'll ever understand all the roots. Yeah, it's just too... You've got a headache? Well, there's still one more. Really? Charlotte's got a GoFundMe too? Wow. And I bet you they're all KJ stands donating. And there were threats made about Rabbit and her family, correct?
Y'all. Apparently, I said it was Llama that was closing her channel, but it's Katie Parker from Down the Rabbit Hole at Night, bedtime. I sent her an email yesterday. I did. And in my email, I told her that I am not involved with Charlotte MacIver.
You've been doing her bidding. You cannot say you're not involved if you're doing her bidding.
Not involved with Charlotte MacIver.
You can't say that. We've just watched the 19-minute video whether you have just trashed all these people. Critical thinking is vital, says, all I know that it seems that anyone who criticises her gets torpedoed. Correct. Hello to Sitchell. Thank you. Oh, congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. McRae. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. That's right, she said, and that's why I'm saying get her into court. If she wants to help her, she can give evidence.
Email, I told her that I am not involved with Charlotte MacIver.
What have we just watched? What have we just watched? We've watched, I don't know, it feels like forever, where she's been doing the bidding.
I asked her to remove her videos about me because her videos are slanderous. She accuses me of crimes. I pointed out to her.
Hang on a minute. We want to get about slander. Accusing her of doing some stuff is slanderous as well.
In my email to her, that she stated in a video that I was more dangerous than a man that is presently being accused of rape and human trafficking in court and has had 3 women file charges against him for rape. I remind.
Was he convicted? There's a difference between filing and conviction. I'm not saying he's not guilty. I'm just saying that there is a difference. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Adriana. Rabbit's channel brought me out of depression when I wanted to. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Reminded her that I've never raped, sexually assaulted, or human trafficked anyone.
Oh dear. And so because you haven't done any of that, you're perfect. It's illegal to dox in Minnesota. Well, that is something that she could do, is file something in Minnesota, I guess.
I reminded her that I've never raped, sexually assaulted, or human trafficked anyone. And that's actually malice and slander. I explained to her that she fraudulently raised money using.
You can't say that somebody. I mean, to be honest, whoever she's talking about technically can use that as slander.
My name and my likeness. I told her that's fraud. I told her that she fraudulently obtained money by telling subscribers that I was sending an unstable stalker to her to harass her by taking her to court.
Starla MacGyver. That's what I'm saying. It's MacGyver. I mean, shouldn't MacGyver be able to get out of anything? I mean, well, that's right, out Nini. There's lots of questions about some of the money she's fundraised. But did it end? Did the fake relationship end up? Anyway.
She led people to believe that I was sicking an unstable person on her to take her down.
Stick! I don't know. Why?
And today she's doubling down and claiming my request that she remove her content about me is somehow my fault for why her channel is closing.
It might not have anything to do with the harassment and everything that's happened since your stands.
I told her in my email that she should go on and continue to make the content that she makes. Talk about sister wives, talk about the Duggars, talk about all of those things that you were talking about. Just don't talk about me.
Well, I thought you didn't care if people spoke about you. I don't care if you talk about me.
Because when you talk about me, you're saying things that are categorically false and verifiably untrue. And you're fraudulently money from people under the pretense that you're a victim when you're not the victim. And you've used my name and likeness to do that. You've
her name and likeness. Oh, come on.
Interfered in my business. That's actually a business tort, which I explained.
Oh, you explained it to her, did you? Oh, look, I don't want to scare you all. But look at this face. I explained to her like a child that she's actually interfering with my business. How can she?
To her. I told her as a competitor, it's actually
competitor. Oh yes, she did dox private people. One wonders what critical thinking says. One wonders what in her life is like. Truly seemed to thrive on negative communication, whether about other people, families, or other creators who do not agree with her. You're correct.
Illegal to cause harm to another business.
You're causing harm to her life.
Or another creator in order to improve your business. So
she hasn't been doing that, I don't believe.
For instance, I learned about this when I have been through all these lawsuits.
Oh, she's a legal expert. Oh, she's a legal expert. Oh, here we go. Protected search YouTube allows people. Oh, here we go. She's a legal expert. Whoa. Um, if it can be proven, Lazy Wolf, yes. But again, I don't know what the laws. I don't know the laws. You've got to remember that I'm in Australia. But I would say that most jurisdictions would have harassment charges and charges for aiding and abetting. So I would say that there would be.
I've learned things. For instance, Coca-Cola can't start making videos or commercials saying that Pepsi's terrible. They can't go out and put out Pepsi's formula so that people will drink Coca-Cola.
Why not? Yes, that's about competition laws. I know she wanted to be a lawyer, but yeah. But you would have to be able to prove it quite strongly. I would say, like Lazy Wolf. I just don't know whether it depends on whether you have to do it civilly or whether it can be done criminally. Civil generally has a lower burden of proof. It's usually beyond on the balance of probability, but in criminal trials, it's beyond reasonable doubt. So it might be easier to go down the civil route where you've got the lower burden of proof. It's where she lives, so that's where you would have to make contact, get it for charged for doxing. I've read that they are pretty strict. They are people have told me that Minnesota is very strict, but I don't know how to go about the harassment stuff. But because she's named all the creators and she's got a large because she's got a large platform, you could possibly argue that she's sending her minions to harass the creators. There'd be some plausibility to that.
They can't put out slanderous pieces and say Pepsi's.
Yeah, but you're not Pepsi or Coke.
Pepsi's poison.
You're a YouTube.
So that people will drink Coke. That would be business interference. They're attempting to slander and ruin the credibility of Pepsi in order to have people drink Coke. It would be no different than Louis Vuitton saying Gucci is trash. Gucci uses whatever. You can't attack and discredit and try to destroy your competitor to improve yourself. That's called.
That's what I'm saying, Llama Girl. What she's said about you and Steve being in a relationship could be very damaging to you and your kids. Partner, yes, and partner. That's what I'm saying. The damage to that is far-reaching, and I don't know whether if there's what Steve's family's like, but it is it could ruin Steve as well. Everyone should sue civilly then. KJ will fold on Charlotte to save herself. Well, that's what we saw in the Tuddy case, but I don't know how you would it would cost a little bit of money though.
Business interference. Nothing I'm doing today is interfering in your business.
Excuse me?
I'm simply saying what you're saying about me is false. You've categorically led people to believe something that is false.
If you actually notice the tag on this, I was very deliberate. I wrote that this was my own opinion, and I've encouraged you to go do your own research and draw your own conclusions, because I'm not going to tell you. I'm not telling you how to think, what to think. I'm giving you my own opinion.
I've asked you to publicly say that I'm not attached to this stalker. I've asked you.
You keep saying you're not attached to this stalker. With money, can we start a class action lawsuit? I know in Australia you need at least seven people. So if you could find enough people, you could. Again, it would depend on where you wanted to do it. where you would have to file it and what the rules are, but is potentially going to put partners in their money. But yes, you could. As I said, I don't know what the limited amount of people are needed. But if usually you can start with 7. Again, it's only in Australia, but and where you were going to file it, you're dealing with a few. The thing is, you're dealing with different jurisdictions as well. Looks very much like she's going after every channel that she knows will make videos reporting on the 7. Possibly, I mean, I'm sure my time will come. But will she? Because I've said, I'm quite open that I'm a law student, and again, we've got very large protection rules in Australia, and I generally leave her to speak for herself. I mean, I generally leave her to speak to herself.
To correct the fraud that you've committed. I think you all should return the money that you fundraised fraudulently. If people have taken money have donated money to you all, to these creators, you should request a refund from GoFundMe, and you can report the fundraiser for fraud.
Didn't she do this for Marvin's mum? Didn't she go after Marvin McRae's mum? Good night, everybody. Okay, so in the US, you need about 40 members for the claim to proceed. Okay. As I said, I don't know, but look, I don't know, Aunt Nini, if there are exceptions to that. Sometimes there are, but maybe there are 40 people that have maybe there are 40 people. It would be quite scary. Yes, she requested the money back from. Yes, that's right. So she's done this. So again, tortious interference.
You can also file a police report if you want. That's a consequence of a fraudulent fundraiser. And me explaining what the consequences are of an action is not a threat. It's a consequence of an action. You chose to make a decision to go down a path where you decided that I was the bad one, you said that you needed to take me down. That was your goal. You wanted to destroy me. That was Steve's goal. I have audio of you on Steve. There's a video on Shire's channel of you saying, I met Steve in October. He defended me to Charla. He told Charla, I'm not like Katie Joy. You admitted that you told Steve that Charla might have mental illness and people should leave her alone.
Hang on. What did she say at the start? I don't know. I'm not involved with Charla or whoever she is. Yet here she is talking about the case. She's just blabbing the case here. Why has she got all the evidence? Why has she got all the evidence? She shouldn't have the evidence. This is why the people that are involved in this court case need to speak to their lawyers about getting this one involved. This is why there has to be. I would even go as far as to seek an injunction to get her to stop talking.
Charla. You admitted that you told Steve that Charla might have mental illness and people should leave her alone. But you also tried to use your RN license number.
Critical thinking says she's not. Well, she says she's a journalist. Can you report? I don't know if you can report community posts. She's trying to use journalistic privilege to get out of a lawsuit. But it's not deemed whether she's a journalist. She will tell you she's a genuine reporter.
To obtain psychological information about Charla by contacting her therapist. Charla sent you an email to prove to you that she doesn't have the mental illnesses that Steve claims. A therapist went out of her way to write a letter to people that didn't deserve it to say that she was being treated for complex PTSD.
She's just revealed. She's just revealed. No, she just didn't. She's just told everybody what the woman's illness is.
That Steve claims. A therapist went out of her way to write a letter to people that didn't deserve it to say that she was being treated for complex PTSD. You chose to take that letter that she sent to you in confidence and blast it all over the internet. You also admitted in a comment on, I believe, Cheshire's page that you contacted the therapist's office to verify that this was true.
No, I think she said that she contacted to make sure that it was a legitimate letter. Oh, she's just blasted the woman's medical information out. Oh, I'm gobsmacked.
You wanted information.
You're right. Charlotte is a victim of hers.
About her medical history and provided them your license number for your RN, which is actually illegal. You tried to bypass, from my understanding, HIPAA laws to obtain medical information.
Her understanding, her editors must have briefed. She doesn't have from when she was at Pathio's. Yeah, there are some stories about her times at Pathio's. She's allowed to confirm whether. Well, I mean, if you got a letter, you'd want to know whether it was a legitimate letter. She says, from my understanding. Oh, I cannot believe she did that.
About Charla, someone that has nothing. Why? Why are you trying to dig into her past by getting her medical information?
Why are you blasting it all out?
You could have a channel, but what you're doing is not it. Don't blame me. I said to you, you can have a successful channel. My subscribers, do you know how many people to me? I just would go back to how she was. I loved her videos before I started going down this trail. You know how many people told me they stopped and unsubscribed because of what you were doing and how you appeared to be getting more and more deep into a
So she lost subscribers because of a small channel. Is that what she's saying? Oh, no.
You know how many people told me they stopped and unsubscribed because of what you were doing and how you appeared to be getting more and more deep into a conspiracy that was just unhealthy? They just wanted you to talk about the Duggars and sister wives. They wanted your funny videos about Cody's fifth wife. They loved the satire and the goofiness. And then somewhere along the line, your content got filled with hate and vitriol, and they didn't want to hear it anymore. And they didn't want to hear us fighting. And I don't want to fight with you.
Wow. Aunt Nini, I would say that would be a very plausible. That would be very plausible. It's a bit like if you talk about what a lawyer tells you, your lawyer tells you, your privilege is then, then your lawyer has to. If you say my lawyer told me XYZ, well, then your lawyer can be questioned on XYZ. The protection doesn't cover you anymore. So GoFundMe deemed it not to be fraudulent. Yeah. Thank you, Adriana. KJ thought Rabbit's fifth wife content was real, says Lazy Wolf. Maybe she was jealous because she wanted to be the fifth wife. She even showed him Miner's birth certificate. No way.
You crossed a line. You crossed a boundary. You used my image. You used my name. And you told people that I was sending a stalker to you to harass you.
Now, what if, all right, this is I'm just throwing it out there, all right? I'm just throwing it out there. What if Charla was saying to everybody, KJ sent me? Let's just put the hypothetical there. Then they would have every reason to believe that that was true. So then you can't say that what's being said's not true.
You made people feel like I was putting your life in danger.
I think you seem to be. You've just tried to destroy the. You seem to be trying to destroy a career.
So if you're dealing with that consequence, that's on you. You can remove the videos about me and go on and continue to.
As I said, she needs to be brought up as a witness in the case, because she's obviously dealing with. She obviously knows more than what she's saying, Charla. And could you get her for conspiracy? I wonder.
To make your videos. And if you're going to put your head in the sand because you believe your mission is to destroy me, and you're going to give up your YouTube career for that, I feel bad for you. What are your kids going to say when they find out what mom was doing? You could have done something good.
No. Oh, what's your kid going to say when he sees what his mother gets up to? She didn't just say that.
Kid's going to say when they find out what mom was doing? You could have done something good. It's not my fault if you close your channel. So it's lying to people that you know, Steve. Stop deceiving people that you don't know, Steve. Stop deceiving others. Stop pretending like I've doxed you and harassed you and stalked you. Just stop.
KJ, stop denying that you know Charla. Stop denying that you know everything about. You seem to know a lot for somebody that doesn't know anything. This is now 29 minutes you've gone on about this.
Stop.
I must say, Llama Girl, I saw some of your posts, only a few. But I think after I saw the one where she talked about you and Steve, I couldn't. I thought I need to watch this. Oh, she is loving it, Nikki. That's the sad thing. She's absolutely loving it.
You did this, not me. And I want you to have success, and this is not the way to do it.
I'm absolutely shocked. I'm really I think this is the worst I've ever seen her.
And I think my subscribers would love to see you go back to how things were. And if you need...
Oh, her subscribers. So it doesn't matter whether she knows. Does it? No, that's not a crime in whether you know Steve or not.
Need to leave because you don't want to get sued, that's your choice. I never said you needed to shut down your channel. Never. I guess you value more your hatred for me than your career. And that makes me sad.
Well, but Llama Girl says about Rabbit has a professional career unlike KJ's. She's just tried to destroy her real career.
You know, you were worried about Charla's mental health. Maybe it's time for you to check in with your mental health provider. Maybe you're going through something. Maybe you need help. Maybe you need to talk to someone. Because the choices you're making right now don't make a lot of sense to me.
No way.
And I mean it. But I'm going to stand up for myself, and I'm going to stand up for Charla.
So she's not involved with the woman, but she's going to stand up for her, and she seems to have all the evidence. Is she Charla's lawyer or something? I'm not usually lost for words, actually. I'm so sorry to hear that Rabbit's Rabbit's gone. I know that she came in and said that she would never do anything like that. I'm just gobsmacked by that. So, but yes, I mean, I would definitely be looking at action that could be taken legally, and I would be talking to a lawyer. Okay, I'm going to have to go home and lock myself in the office because I'm getting strange to look at work. So I'm or lock myself in the office because I'm swearing under my breath at work. Oops. KJ should have checked in somewhere at least 100 times minimum because she's constantly making poor choices. Yes. Oh boy. Checkma says, is she admitting she's hacking people? I don't know. That was a good stream. Whoops. Oh yes, I've still got. I did take away some of the swear words from yeah. I hate Cage. I don't enjoy anyone that wants to get her off social media, says Adriana. Yeah. That's just shocking. And there's such a shortage of good RNs around the world. I just want to show you. I know a guy named Steve. Am I involved? Well, I know a guy called Steve too. Okay. So Australia is actually going to look at criminalize doxing. So I just want to show you. So there was some leaking of some. Now I'm not getting into the political wordplay of this and the political stuff on all of this, but yes, I didn't know either, Aiken. I didn't know her name. I didn't know she had kids. But it says, in short, doxing could be criminalised in the wake of hundreds of Jewish Australian details being published online. So the federal government will move to criminalise doxing after details of a WhatsApp group involving hundreds of Jewish Australians were published online. The government said the legislation aimed at outlawing the practice of publishing personal details with malicious intent would be brought to a parliament as soon as possible. I asked the Attorney General to bring forward legislation in response to the Privacy Act review, including laws that deal with so-called doxing, which is basically the malicious publication of private information online. But the cyber experts are not sure that it's going to help. They're going to try and do it. Oh dear. So she was a mental health nurse. Wow. So so Australia's looking at criminalising doxing. So which will be very interesting. Right. Oh, is it Llama Girl? That's good. So from my post earlier, from my mention earlier today, there's still 100 there was 500,000 people. I never showed my nursing license. That's not even a thing. You don't get personal medical information by giving your medical license. I wouldn't have believed that was the truth either. Oh, hello. Oh, hello without crystal balls. How are you? A very simple search you would discover that. But there's still 174,000 people without power, so they've managed to all. Well, with balls is also a hero as well. Are they married to Steve too, or is it just Or is it just Llama Girl? Oh dear. I just want to say I'm not part of any damn cult, and Stevie's not my damn leader. No, Llama Girl says she's not sharing. I mean, what would we do with the registry? Oh dear. Oh dear me. Oh. Ugh. I know she's still trying to dox balls for and keeps getting it wrong. I thought she was an investigative journalist, though. Oh dear. Oh look, I just used my whole name, so then she's got nothing to dox. Oh dear. Look, Steve has been slapped with providing robes and Kool-Aid for the meetings. We now know he must be stealing money to spend on llama. Oh. So that's where the money's gone. Oh dear me. Maybe that's what's thrown her off. Well, maybe it's my name. She got my name wrong. Hmm. Well, at the end of the day, Rabbit does have a real job to go back, go to, and KJ doesn't. If she loses her channel, what does she do? And everything I say is my opinion, allegedly, says Michelle. It's just going to be but I don't know how. Chesh let it out that she's going to be a witness, but not the expert witness that Charlotte did the GoFundMe for. But I wouldn't know. I wouldn't understand how Chesh could be an expert witness. I don't know what you'd need. I don't know what qualifications would make you an expert witness. And as I've said a couple of times, I would indicate that I would have some questions about her reliability of evidence based on the history of her and Steve. So, but I think again it would depend on. I mean, I've got tomorrow home. I might look up what the evidence law in Kansas says. So my question is, who would be in? I don't know. That's my question. I don't know, and I don't know what justifies how you would have an expert witness, or how you would. Yeah, I don't know. I'd just throw a spanner in the work. And yes, conflict of interest. Well, that's why you would have to question the reliability, be happy, of Cheshire's evidence, because you could probably argue that she's seeking revenge after the fallout with Steve. And it's revenge, that she's a witness because of revenge, not for any other reason. I think it is her medical trauma she wants to prove. Is it? Well, then she needs a medical doctor. Chesh can't be an expert witness unless Chesh is a medical doctor. Scientific, technical, other specialized knowledge will help the trier of fact understand the evidence or determine. Yes, usually yes, but I still don't know how that would. I don't even know who Charlotte is. Did she have it? I don't know who Charlotte is. I've got no idea, Michelle. But it's still. So my opinion, she wants to call her letter writer. Well, she could, to show the medical, but how does that align to? But I don't know how that aligns to these creators. She'd have to prove that issue was exacerbated around that time, and not anything else that was going on in the life. So that's just from my understanding of it all. And quite often, unless it's a really, and all of those expert witnesses can be debated and argued over whether their evidence can be admissible or reliable, or relied upon. So, but I think KJ has done a lot of damage to the case. In my opinion, it is only my opinion, and I hope somebody's got it and they've sent it to their lawyer, because I think you could say there is probable cause to indicate that KJ and Charla they do know each other, and that they possibly could be working together. Remember, in civil, you only have to show probable cause. You don't have to show reasonable doubt. The fact that KJ seems to know everything about the case, and she could have only got it from Charla, would indicate that there is some type of relationship there, that she knows the information. I'm still here. She might be trying to stuff up everyone's case. That's true. Yeah, I'm about to go short order because I've been online for nearly 2.5 hours and I wanted to do other stuff. All right. Okay, guys, I have to go grab. All right. Well, have a lovely night, Mama girl. And yeah, I'm going to head off now. I'm going to catch you all later. Really, Southern Mutton's channel's down too. All right. Interesting. All right. I might have to watch some of Cheshire's video. But as I said, I'm just really interested. I just think that what she just did today would probably help the people against Charla more than Charla herself, because she knew a lot. and she's just blasted all the medical information out everywhere. So I don't like that. I also think 7M need to have it. I also think it needs to go to her lawyers as well, because they need to, in my opinion, they need to settle her down. But I think a few letters, cease and desist letters, and a few legal action letters could. Hey, all these creators are deleting. I know, it's horrible. I don't know. Maybe when I get admitted to practice, I need to be a YouTube lawyer. Oh dear. You don't need to sit the bar in Australia unless you become a barrister. Just to be a everyday lawyer, you just have to be admitted to practice. And I can tell you now that I feel suddenly compelled to make a trek to this court hearing just so I can get a front row seat. Well, that would be really good. I'd like to go. I thought about setting up a GoFundMe so I could go to trial. Yeah, catch a lazy wolf. But yeah, it'd be good. It would be good to go. It could only get worse. I don't know why Southern Mutton's gone, but yeah. Anyway, I'm going to love you all and leave you all. Thank you all for watching. And it's gee whiz, I don't know what to say, but please seek out if you need. Seek out legal advice if you need it. Go speak to a lawyer. As I said, I'm only a student, and I can only speak about stuff, Australian stuff. But look, if you need, seek out some legal stuff. Also, stay safe. She sounds like a vexatious litigant using the court to silence people. Scared people don't provide others with information like that woman appears. Exactly right. There's I don't know when the trial. I don't know when the trial is, but they've got a hearing on the 13th of March to set the trial date. The trial date will be set that day, and that's assuming she's complied with. That's assuming she's complied with discovery. But yes, please, and also, I don't tell people that know me. No, I don't tell people how to think. You please make sure that you go and do your own research about the people mentioned in here, people that's talked about, and you make up your own mind. But I just want to just remind you all to be safe and have a good day or night or wherever